Hey, good morning, guys.
We live and learn on campus, and everything is provided.
Well. Good mornings.
MHSG.
How we doing this morning, guys? Um, I will be right back. Chilling at work. Oh yeah, that's the next part about to tone this. Yeah, that sucks, Wendy. Damn. Shit like that kills morale. So normally I like to outline the sketch before I do a tone on it, but there are so many lines on this canvas. I think I'm just going to tone it, and it is what it is, and we'll go from there. But I am actually anxious to work on this fabric. This is probably the most detailed fabric I've ever done, or the most uh, heavily patterned fabric. It's a lot to it, but I think it'd be fun. Um, I just started writing some new stuff, but I finished the song. Still kind of trying to figure out how I want this song to sound. I think it might be time to charge this thing. I hope, bro. I hope not. I keep thinking about it. I've been sitting here for like 10 minutes before I even start streaming, just looking at the canvas, like, like, do I really need to outline this thing? It's just so many lines, bro. I think I'm gonna risk it just to save myself the time. I ain't even gonna lie. If I get too far into it and it's not working, I can just stop and do it then. But yeah, we about to I might actually tone this one with red. So I just started writing something, but we did put another song together. I'm getting compliments on some of the music now. So the next album is titled "It's Me, the Prince." It's hard to see that, but yeah, it's me, the Prince. And our first song is called Brain Fog. So I ain't too sure if I like it. It's really samey with this stuff, but we'll see. Trap house. Trap house. That trap house entertainment. If you think on it, they wrong with a brain fart and a brain fart, but I stay up and I stay hard. I'm loud and sharp like a chainsaw and I study all of them cases off. So if they died in this, they fault. If you want to smoke, don't scream what's up because I can smoke all day long, kicking shit like fade on street fighter. I keep fire like a deep fry, got knee flies. The detail on his eyes, you get short circuit and rewind using AI. Now brainstorm, dropping all these hits like a rainstorm, cause I upgrade and I change forms. I want everything and I came for. Don't get lost in the dark, don't get caught in your thoughts, don't keep passing it off, don't get trapped in the fall. If you got this far, then you better walk your walk, never step aside, continue to talk your talk. Don't get lost in the dark, don't get caught in your thoughts, don't keep passing it off, don't get trapped in the fall. If you got this far, you better walk your walk, never step aside, continue to talk your talk. That brain fog, have you vision dizzy? You a lame dog, I heard you guzzle glizzy, like State Farm. I'm forever busy, let's stay calm and don't get pissy. Like me piggy, niggas, you was a puppet, you so sus, need a new discussion. Using tool in public is a losing subject. My goons bring heat like a moving oven. So who you bluffing like we don't know? Cause it's hard to see when them clouds low. So I stay high like an alto in the alcove. My dog's eating like alcohol, so we out cold, keep your mouth closed. So you spoken to, I'm still told you an OP shoe, and I smoke your crew with hella fumes like a backwood that's broken too. Don't get lost in the dark, don't get caught in your thoughts, don't keep passing it off, don't get trapped in the fall. If you got this far, you better walk your walk. So playing off the theme of fog or brain fog, and fog is just like low hanging clouds, because it's hard to see when them clouds low, so I stay high like an alto in an alcove. My dog's eating like alpo to eat alcove. I like those bars. The alpo dog food. Stay high like an alto in an alcove. My dog's eating like alpo to eat alcove. If you want the smoke, don't scream assault because I can smoke all day long. It just sounds too singy for me for some reason. I might play around with it a little more. Water, brush, big brush. Trap house. Trap house. If you stay low, then you stay wrong. And brain fart and brain fart, but I stay up and I stay hard. I'm loud and sharp like a chainsaw. I study all of them case laws. So if they die, then it's they fault. If you want to smoke, don't scream assault because I can smoke all day long. Kicking shit like fade on. I'm street fighter. I keep fire like a deep fryer. Got neat flies. The detail monetize. You get short circuit and rewind using AI. Now brainstorm, drop it all hit like a rainstorm. Cause I upgrade and I change forms. I want everything and I came for. Don't get lost in the dark. Don't get caught in your thoughts. Don't keep passing it off. Don't get trapped in the fall. If you got this far, then you better walk your walk. Never step aside. Continue to talk your talk. Don't get lost in the dark. Don't get caught in your thoughts. Don't keep passing it off. Don't get trapped in the fall. If you got this far, then you better walk your walk. Never step aside. Continue to talk your talk. That brain fog, had your vision dizzy. You a lame dog. I heard you guzzle glizzy like State Farm. I'm forever dizzy. Let's stay calm and don't get pissy like me piggy. Nigga, use a bucket. You so sus, need a new discussion. Using tool and public is a losing subject. My goons bring heat like a moving oven. So who you bluffing like we don't know? Cause it's hard to see when them clouds low. So I stay high like an alto in the alcove. My dog's eating like alcove. So we out cold, keep your mouth closed. So you spoken to, I'm still told you an OP shoe. And I smoke your crew with hella fumes like a backwood that's broken too. Don't get lost in the dark. Don't get caught in your thoughts. Don't keep passing it off. Don't get trapped in the fall. If you got this far, you better walk your walk. Never step aside. Don't get lost in the dark. Don't get caught in the thoughts. Don't keep passing it off. Don't get trapped in the fall. If you got this far, you better walk your walk. Never step aside. Continue to talk your talk. Trap house. Trap house. Trap house entertainment. Trap house entertainment. Trap house. Trap house entertainment. Kicking shit like Fei Long. I'm a Street Fighter. You ever play Street Fighter? Excuse me. Yo, Fei Long was like Bruce Lee. He was like the Street Fighter version of Bruce Lee. I guess I want to play my album on Apple Music, but the new music ain't up there yet. This wires. Bullshit. New music drop on Apple? Nope. Shit. It's on Spotify, and I can tag it like on social media and stuff. I already made one post on social media, but I don't have a Spotify subscription, so I can't just listen to the whole album all the way through. Even though it's my album, it's the weirdest thing, you know. Even though it's your album, you still gotta listen to commercials and shit, which is good though, because I got my first music payment, yo. I have actually made money from the music. That's crazy. No fucking lie, guys. It's definitely not a lot, a couple of dollars, but it's something. I was like, damn, can't believe I got paid for this shit. What am I looking for? Oh, so I'm probably play That was yesterday. We listened to the first mixtape. Now we're gonna listen to Hartsville Mixtape Volume 2. This is all like most of my older. Well, no, Mixtape Volume 1 was basically my first mixtape that I put out years ago. We Still Riding, Grind, Crack, Dope Boys, Friday Night, About Money. Like all those, if you go to my YouTube channel, like all those songs are on my old mixtape. And Mixtape Volume 2. Wait a minute. Bro, I swear, everything I love. I fucked these releases up. I just saw something weird just now. Now I gotta go check and see something. Because why would I do that? Yeah, why did I even do that? Oh my god, I'm so. Yo, this is a terrible album release. I'm not even gonna lie, yo. Why do I have one of the same songs on both mixtapes? Oh my god. Yo, Greenery, what up? Fuck. I think I can edit that though. I can post edit and take it off. I can definitely remove a song. But why? How did I even my play? I just so I made both of the save folders like a while ago. And I remember exactly the day that because there was two songs. It was About Money and Slow Pace. About Money and Slow Pace. It was hardest for me to like decide which playlist it was going to be on. So I kept both songs on both playlists up until the day when I was loading them up to the website. And I took off on Slow Pace, and I forgot to take About Money off. That's crazy. That's exactly what I did, bro. Like, why did I put the same thing twice? It's not a big deal. I mean, they're just mixtapes anyway, so yeah. So that means this mixtape actually only has 8 songs on it, and the other one has 10 songs. And see, that's why I was trying to get them fucking balanced. So one of them should have had 8 songs, and one of them should have had 9 songs. Or would it have been 9 and 9? Anyway, let's listen to this shit.
Trap House Entertainment. Coming out of Killerville, youngin' tryna make a million. Know I read that 843 and talkin' shit against the kill. Niggas try to steal your dreams, streets try to break your will. Looking for a new connect, tryna make a bigger deal. Fuck all that bullshit, I'm playing with a full deck. gang is ruthless. You can get your roof lit. Talking all that yang, running off with loose lips. I'm that human flame, niggas know I keep my tool lit. Shoot a couple fireballs, make you do a two-step with no sweat. I'm running through Hell's Kitchen, blowing up your hood like a fucking transmission. Smoking big blood, chipping hard like an engine on me. In the end, don't make me bring my semi in. Hit your set, pocket back, then we spin the block again. Dugging all the cops, cause we popping at the house again. Kiki Benny is my twin, kill a bill for the win. All about them Benjamins, equal 3, we get it in. You can check my feet. Coming out of Killerville, youngest trying to make a million. Know I read that April 3, talking shit and get you killed. Niggas try to steal your dreams, streets try to break your will. Looking for a new connect, trying to make a bigger deal. Coming out of Killerville, youngest trying to make a million. Know I read that April 3, talking shit and get you killed. Niggas try to steal your dreams, streets try to break your will. Looking for a new connect, trying to make a bigger deal. Smoking big blood, chipping hard like an engine on me. In the end, don't make me bring my semi in. Hit your set, cock it back, then we spin the block again. Dugging all the cops, cause we popping that house. If you see me on the block, you know I'm slaying ready to rock. The fiends on my spot, cause they know I got that drop. Watch out for the pole, 5-0 and crooked cops. Got patrols, rulers low, just to make us need high. Trying to slow up my process, cause I'm selling narcotics. Put me in the pit for 5 to 10, like a fucking hostage. But I wave my middle finger, tell them niggas slip my sausage. Then I roll up some ganja and I keep the strip poppin'. I make you strip poppin'. When I run your pockets, I want you ringing your watches and all of your dollars. Put your ass on as you need to swallow your pride. These hollow Tiffany, you hollow inside. We ready to ride. Only me fake phony coward ass pretending. Killerville is for real. We embarrass you niggas. Y'all saying in the ground. We some heavyweight contenders. And my calculator carries heavy weight with the numbers I got up. I'm out of Killerville. Youngest trying to make a million. Know I read that April 3 and talking shit and get you killed. Niggas try to steal your dreams. Streets try to break your will. Looking for a new connect. Trying to make a bigger deal. Coming out of Killerville. Youngest trying to make a million. Know I read that April 3 and talking shit and get you killed. Niggas try to steal your dreams. Streets try to break your will. Looking for a new connect. Trying to make a bigger deal. See me on the block, you know I'm slaying ready to rock. If these on my spot, cause they know I got that drop. Watch out for the pole, 5-0 and crooked cops. Got patrol, rollers low, this the meter, see how trying to slow up my profit, cause I'm selling narcotics.
Parksville, South Carolina. Y'all already know what it is. Trap House Entertainment. Let's get it.
About money, but I guess you wasn't listening. Talking about money, but I guess you wasn't listening. About money, but I guess you wasn't listening. Talking about money, but I guess you wasn't listening. You bugs need insecticide, so watch me spray. Waving the black flag and banging the black magnum. Your bitch is like chips, cause she free to lay. Man, I done had her. Move on to something better. You niggas is all average, and I'm the mad rapper. You living in the past, and I'm the next trap star. Flip you like an acrobat, blow you out your habitat. You gon' need an ambulance, leave your ass handicapped. Say you on fire, got the gas, and I'm matching ya. Turn on the net, we on the bed like tarantulas. Got a big bed, and I live like a bachelor. Got a big bank, and my shit keep adding up. You ain't had bad enough, Mr. Jackson. I made you moonwalk when I hit you with the cannon. Get your jacket, the game colder than Michigan. I'm talking about money, but I guess you wasn't listening. I'm talking about money, but I guess you wasn't listening. I'm talking about money, but I guess you wasn't listening. About money, but I guess you wasn't listening. I'm talking about money, but I guess you wasn't listening. Oh no, it's him again. Who that be? It's the T-R-A-P. You know that's me, like Genuine. Yeah, I'm the same OG, a gangster and a gentleman. Carolina's commodity. We killers like shotters and show you right where them bodies be. We move homicidal and murder you niggas logically. I'm banging the waitress, she put poison in your pasta face. I'm like a pit who pop a leash, more like a cocky beast. Puffing on that poppy weed, thinking about the prophecy, and then I cock and squeeze. Rob you like a lottery. Payday, I use that pump. Mayday, they, we need more guns, sons. If fuck's eating your lunch, I want your dinner, your supper, your breakfast, and your brunch. Your reason your watch is the car that you sitting in. I'm talking about Trap house in the tank. We blowing that green, blowing that green. We smoking weed lean, we smoking weed lean. Sweetest bud you ever seen, ever seen. Keep me high all day, all day, all day. Y'all nigga roll L's, but you really not smoking that homegrown you got right there is for the vultures. I smoke the best reefer around, no joking. You can't see the crystals from pimping, it ain't poking. My Dutch is all vanilla and play our own swollen. Hocus pocus, you high from the smoke that I'm blowing. You moving slow, motion in your eyes can't focus. I told you that, don't you how you coughing and choking. You can't come off the high, little buddy still float. One taste of the kush, you will have your nose open. I'm blazing the bush and you know that I'm zoning. The marijuana aroma seem to take over while we sitting in the cypher in the building with my soldiers. A pie here for life, I'm a part of the culture. Smoking on that kryptonite, man, I thought I told you. Look at my eyes, getting faded, getting low. We blowing that green, blowing that green. We smoking weed lean, smoking weed lean. Sweetest bud you ever seen. Keep me high all day, all day, all day. We blowing that green, we blowing that green. We smoking weed lean, smoking weed lean. Sweetest bud you ever seen. Keep me high all day, 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 all day. Keep me high all day, all day, all day, all day, all day, all day. That shit got me leaning, I'm about to fucking fall. That shit got me leaning, sweating like a dog. That shit got me leaning, my back up on the wall. That shit got me leaning, all up on your bra. I snap and I rock with it, then I take a pause. That shit made me lean, now I'm clapping with y'all. When I step on the scene, so fresh, no flaws. Blowing on that good green, and I roll it like a hog. Party jumping like a frog, put my brain in the fog. Till they blunts out the mold, switch a sweet, smoking more weed, pipe, water, bubble, gravity bomb. It doesn't matter, cause I'm about to be stoned. When I'm stuffing the cone, homie hitting my phone. Yo, what up, bro? You tryna match me? Where you at, son? I just rolled a fat one. No, it ain't a bad one, but it's gonna burn slow. We blowing that green, blowing that green. We smoking weed lean, smoking weed lean. Sweetest bud you ever seen, ever seen. Keep me high all day, all day, all day. While we sitting in a circle and I'm building with my soldiers. High for life, I'm part of the culture. Smoking on the kryptonite, man, I thought the culture. Look at my eyes, getting faded, getting low. All day, 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 while we sitting in a cypher and I'm building with my soldiers. A pie for life, I'm a part of the culture. Smoking on that kryptonite, man, I thought I told you. Look at my eyes, getting faded, getting low.
South Carolina, you know we do our thing. Yeah, South Carolina, you know we do our thing. Yeah, South Carolina, bang, bang, bang. South Carolina, yeah, South Carolina, yeah, South Carolina. We on fire, gone off that blue bud and I'm getting higher. Yeah, Empire, state building, state children. Did your teacher ever teach your ass how to make a million? No. So we out here trying to get this dough. Get a little and we want some more. I'ma keep chasing till I blow. Down in the dirty. We rollin' dirty. Deep. I know you niggas heard me. What up? Killersville. What up? Dollar Town. What up? Flow City. What up? Marion County. What up? Tulsa. What up? Metro. If you rep SC, you got my respect, yo. My G's gonna bang a feeling over beat hoes all across the country and everywhere we go. South Carolina, you know we do our thing. Yeah, South Carolina, you know we do our thing. Yeah, South Carolina, bang. South Carolina, yeah, South Carolina. Shawty say he a dub, I need more to go on. Start ripping this cake, let me see you hold on. Bang. Blast him in his bare arms. No prohibition, so I'm sipping on that red rum. It's hard for me to stay calm. Smoking weed for too long. I roll a Dutch and hit a bomb. Rob a nigga, write a song. It's hard for me to write my wrong. I stay wild and get it on. Pop the top, drink the bottle till the fucking G's gone. Praying for a better life every night, every morning. Only problem is I can die at any moment. So I bust a lot of heads, putting faggots in a coma. And it's a real war when you fight against my soldiers. Close quarter combat, blade between your shoulders. Cause I lock like a dread and I strike like a cobra. Cobra, 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 cobra. Yeah. South Carolina, we on fire. Down off that blue bud and I'm getting higher. Empire, state building, state children. Did you teach you ever teach your ass how to make $1 million? Let's get it. Yeah, let's get it. South Carolina. Hey, South Carolina. Yeah, South Carolina. South Carolina. We on fire. Gone up that blue bud and I'm getting higher. Empire. State building, state children. Did you teach you ever teach your ass how to make $1 million?
What up? Back to the whisper. I'm just a big fish in a small pond. You know what I feel like? Hey.
I'm just
Yeah, we about to go up underpainted this morning. Okay.
I'm just a big fish swimming in a small pond. And women say I'm magic when I wave my wand, so they call me the Don. I'm pumping like amphetamine, living deep, red bone, thoroughbred pedigrees, and I'm acting like gorillas. So I stay in the tree, getting high on the leaves, and I know you wanna leave. But a gangster like me, smoother than some wallabies, and some of my cheeks are foreign, Italian and Portuguese, German and Japanese. She favor loose and new, Norwegian and Chinese, kicking like Hong Kong food. I don't mean to be rude, but I don't like you dudes. You suckers are party poopers, y'all just ruin my mood. Baby girl know the news, so we ain't gotta talk. Took her right to the room. She stripped out a thong and I'm sweating like a caveman. I know you feel my bone, cause I make the bed rock like we was the Flintstones. I'm just a big fish swimming in a small pond. And the women say I'm magic when I wave my wand, so they call me the Don. I'm pumping like amphetamine, low thick, red bone, thoroughbred pedigree. I'm just a big fish swimming in a small pond. And the women say I'm magic when I wave my wand, so they call me the Don. I'm pumping like amphetamine, low thick, red bone, thoroughbred pedigree. Brown skin, big bush, stimulate my mojo. I'm trying to get her to hump like I'm Quasimodo. I make my man hood thump and do that shit slow mo. Hey ass screaming like you calling for the popo. Lean like Pinto for hour like an info. Yeah, I got a long stroke and I love your deep throat. If the pussy good, I might let you meet my kinfolk. You can bring a friend too. That's what we into. Hope she's a 10 too. And real freaking like you, I'ma beat it down good like I'm trying to fight you. I like exotic women and I know that I ain't like you. Don't get hype, boo. I'ma take the time to show you I'm a pimp. I hope you can beat gang, cause I cop a lot of shit, real shit like Rick James. Got enough get for 10 bitches for 10 days, and I ain't never had to pay no chickens to get laid. I'm just a big fish swimming in a small pond. And the women say I'm magic when I wave my wand, so they call me the Don. I'm pumping like amphetamine, low and thick, red bone, thoroughbred pedigree. I'm just a big fish swimming in a small pond. And the women say I'm magic when I wave my wand, so they call me the Don. I'm pumping like amphetamine, low and thick, red bone, thoroughbred pedigree. Yeah, that screaming like you calling for the popo. Straight and be like Pinto, for hours like an info. Yeah, I got a long stroke, and I love your deep throat. If it wasn't good, I might let you be my kinfolk. You can bring a friend too. That's what we into. Trap House Entertainment.
The Hartsville mixtape.
Little too vicious for niggas, you better hide out. Young fiends still OD, like Amy Winehouse. The more you fuck around, and the more you gon' find out. Villaville, Venice, and Meadows, we gon' ride out. Little too vicious for niggas, you better hide out. Young fiends still OD, like Amy Winehouse. The more you fuck around, and the more you gon' find out. Villaville, Venice, and Meadows, we gon' ride out. Life just a battlefield, in the streets, all war zone. That's why I'm a gladiator, blowing on that ozone. I smoke till the hoes gone, fuck till the hoes gone. But I stay with my niggas singing the same song. Get rich, I die trying. Money over bitch, snitches a die line. Crackers a die trying to hold a nigga back. But I ain't even buying that. I'm trying to see stacks shit. Venom will eat a rat. If you make me bleed, I'm making you bleed back. You fucking with a different breed. Breathe down the south pack. And fresh air is what I breathe when I lean in the light. And a whole lot of realness is what you niggas like. so it's hard to relax. My niggas taking aim, y'all niggas falling back. My niggas taking aim, y'all niggas falling back. Venom too vicious for niggas who better hide out. Young fiends still OD, like Amy Winehouse. The more you fuck around, and the more you gon' find out. Littleville, Venice, Minutes, we gon' ride out. Venom too vicious for niggas who better hide out. Young fiends still OD, like Amy Winehouse. The more you fuck around, and the more you gon' find out. Littleville, Venice, Minutes, we gon' ride out. Damn right, I slang, damn right, I bang. I'm non-religious, but every day I pray that the slugs don't jam up the mag, but a cake. Hit you in your peanut, make jam out your brains, put heat in your brakes, cook the grits out your ribs. Cause these niggas eating cheese and running the rat race. I'm highspeed.com /paper chasing. I got enough frames, so you should stay off my space. Call me Mr. Nice, got my nigga, I'm half bacon. You niggas half rape, so that means you half fake. A serpent is a snake that has fantasies to make enemies, but I'm full of venom, so you ain't offending me. In the streets, been a friend of me. Niggas stuck in the trap. We're looking to face facts like fiends on the strip. Still addicted to the crack. And life is reality. Niggas can't change that. Venom too vicious to niggas, you better hide out. Young fiends still OD, like Amy Winehouse. The more you fuck around, and the more you gon' find out. Littleville, Venice, Minutes, we gon' ride out. Venom too vicious to niggas, you better hide out. Young fiends still OD, like Amy Winehouse. The more you fuck around, and the more you gon' find out. Killerville, Venice, Minutes, we gon' ride out. Ride out. Yeah. Okay. Charles Entertainment. These chicks out here acting like I own something, but they never gave me nothing, so they need to stop friend. Cause just yesterday you was in my bed humping and you bustin' nut too, so you need to stop stunting and you know you ain't my girl, cause it's all about fucking. But we can bust it up and smoke a hell, it ain't nothing, and don't get attached to the way that I be talking, just to let you know. I'm a fighter, not a lover, and I hope notice me, cause I move like a cheetah. Once a word, go to school, cook and clean, love to read, give me head and watch the bread while I'm out here making cheese, skinny ditches, fat bitches, garden salad, making D's, baby girl, do you? Cause I'ma do me, and I'm real nonchalant, so I move with the breeze. I'm brown and smooth, it's like she sipping Hennessy when she slurping on me, and she do it with ease. I fuck her like a porn star, treat her like a porn star, keep her like a porn star, then leave like a porn star. I fuck her like a porn star, treat her like a porn star, keep her like a porn star, then leave like a porn star. I say these chicks every round, I'm not trying to trick, make you bust a ton of nuts cause I got some good dick, so don't try to play me. Gold digging in my pockets, your ass ought to pay me, cause I'm charged like a socket, blast you off like a rocket. Let me see your pussy pop, trying to claim the dick is yours, little bitch. You need to stop it cause your friends throwing signals and you trying to cock block it, and I dress super clean so the hoes stay watching when I step on the scene. Y'all been quick to start jogging, but I'm not Smarty Jones. You poodles and Mighty Combs, my nickname Jody. I'm sending your mommy home when she left the thong, so Poppy knows what's going on. We ain't dingo in the house, and I know he found out cause I took the rubber off, eat my yogurt on the couch. I was feeling presidential, got a little on the blouse. She caught the rest in the mouth and didn't even spit it out. I fuck like a porn star, treat him like a porn star, get him like a porn star, then leave like a porn star. I fuck like a porn star, treat him like a porn star, get him like a porn star, then leave like a porn star. I fuck like a porn star, treat him like a porn star, get him like a porn star, then leave like a porn star.
Alright, guys, I think that might be the best setup I can get right now. We'll make it do what it do. See if we get a little bit of this fender painting done this morning.
Yeah. Stress and aggravation, spark the flame. Take the same flame, spark that Mary Jane, get a spark of inspiration. That may change, the destination elevate to a higher plane. All in education. Trap house entertainment, all the same. If you know the basics, take the middle road, then don't complain. If you walk fast, raise your own path, make a new way. You can do it one day, or 2 days, on a Sunday, or a Tuesday, forget whatever who say. Just as long as you say that you try your best when they put you to the test, cause you learn from life lessons and you live off respect. Yeah. I hold weight and move with grace at a slow pace, never showcase. Just exhibit excellence in my whole day. Make mixtapes from my throwaway. I hold weight and move with grace at a slow pace, never showcase. Just exhibit excellence in my whole day. Make mixtapes from my throwaway. Crackhead, my daddy was the dope man. A bad situation was the state that I was raised in. To live fast and die young is the only life I'm facing. Running from the state pen, still I feel caged in. Trying to get a new connect and deals with Haitians. I rock it up, chop it down and sell it to Caucasians. I'm saying the street life make it hard to sleep right. I smoke weed and the fiends still steam pipes each night. Each life makes a decision to try and reach Christ. You don't need them when I pull heaters, you're gonna see like it seems like all of these demons just wanna take mine in daytime. All of these haters I let them take, now we moving. Not enough minutes to have a break time. I'm hard as the street, so you niggas can never break mine. I never seen you grind, hustle or sell one dime. Break a one night, it's seen one time. I hold weight, move with grace, at a slow pace, never showcase. Just exhibit excellence in my whole day. Make mixtapes from my throwaway. I hold weight and move with grace, at a slow pace, never showcase. Just exhibit excellence in my whole day. Make mixtapes from my throwaway. You can do it one day, or 2 days, on a Sunday, or a Tuesday. Forget whatever who say, just as long as you say that you try your best when they put you to the test, cause you learn from life's lessons and you live off respect.
Trap House Entertainment.
That's me.
Trap.
Trap House Entertainment.
The film made us this way, ain't nothing about us. Bitch made got 4 pounds of switchblade, them red fox play big, got it like. The film made us this way, ain't nothing about us. Bitch made got 4 pounds of switchblade, them red fox play big, got it like. And the Army Navy trying to get jiggy. On Carolina, we pop willies. You act silly, we pop millions. Foreman say in Lincoln Village. National Creek, we handle business. Home security, been the illest. Since legit, we been a menace. The film made us this way, ain't nothing about us. Bitch, man, they got 4 pounds of switchblades. Them red fox play big, got it like. This way ain't nothing about us. Bitch, man, they got 4 pounds of switchblades. Them red fox play big, got it like. Killerville, you know the reputation. Being here for generations. I can talk about dedication. My niggas looking for recreation. Illustrate that war horse. Creekside can go full force. S.I.N. went too hard. Now trap nigga making new noise. Killerville, that 843 don't hate on me. Just wait and see. We scrape back like bakeries and sell it out from A to C. Killerville, that 843 don't hate on me. Just wait and see. We scrape back like bakeries and sell it out from A to C. We in poolside when we get it hot. Got Coke, got this down the block. And DJ Sace gon' make it rock. Crash, yo, get back. Get a blue box. We cut the fiesta. Loud crunk, loud cracks and big butts. Loud plates and big blunts. Hartsville got big love. The made us this way, ain't nothing about us. Bitch, man, they got 4 pounds of switchblades. Them red fox make big, got it like. Trap House Entertainment. Coming out of Killerville, youngest trying to make a million. Know I read that Able 3 and drop a seat of Gucci kill. Niggas try to steal dreams, streets try to break your will. Looking for a new canary, trying to make a bigger deal. Fuck all that bullshit, I'm playing with a full deck. And I got a full clip, nigga, get your tooth chill. My gang is ruthless, you can get your roof lived. Talking all that yang, running off with loose lips.
The world is getting crazier by the minute. Don't believe everything you think.
Can't even believe
Trap House
everything you think.
Entertainment.
That's what they got. Don't believe everything you think.
Growth and development, yeah, it's time to flip mode, implement intelligence, because we got some big goals. All starts in the dark, but the seed still grows, so we gon' kick it harder than the pen still told. Growth and development, yeah, it's time to flip mode, implement intelligence, because we got some big goals. All starts in the dark, but the seed still grows, so we gon' kick it harder than the pen still told. Record labels, TV stations, about to be irrelevant. Tell a friend, television, mainstream embezzlement, cause someday Ken Alpha will be the new delegate. So now my only goal is some growth and development, building up my inner peace, breaking down the elements. I'm a god body and my melanin is the evidence. They can try but can't sever the fellowship. All I hear is jealousy, fabrication, make believe, fables and some fairy tales, and they tell them blatantly, you should stay away from me if you moving too hastily. I ain't slow to pull the trigger, I just do it patiently, and plus I do it gracefully. Every time I wield a pen, you know that they will pretend just to try and make amends. I don't think they fully comprehend the consequence. I'ma hit and miss a home run cause I'm swinging for defense. Sometimes it's better to talk to them, offer a little guidance. The miseducation of the Negroes back in full effect. Let's help wake these people up. No one's going to hold your hand. It's time to grow from boys and men. Now it's time to focus in. Hope you got open plans. Show the man. Smack them with an open hand. Gotta let them know we ain't playing. Super Saiyan, a super steed, a superstition. Segregate stupid snitches. Sliding on slippery slopes. Surely get you stitches inside the service. In your circle, gotta watch your jurisdiction. Then they tell the truth is fiction. I don't need the pseudoscience. All I need is your compliance. As I build a new alliance. Most of you are new to violence. Use an island, you surrounded. Shark and fast the waters. Either swimming or you drowning. Life ain't never sweet. Ain't nobody tossing lifesavers. You ain't promised light labor. And nice neighbors fighting the dark side. It's Darth Vader with some lightsabers. But all prayer and no action will not save us. Growth and development, yeah, it's time to flip mode, implement intelligence, because we got some big goals. All we starts in the dark, but the seed still grows, so we gon' kick it harder than a pair of steel toes. Growth and development, yeah, it's time to flip mode, implement intelligence, because we got some big goals. All we starts in the dark, but the seed still grows, so we gon' kick it harder than a pair of steel toes. Trap House Entertainment. I can see the rules have changed. If you choose to engage with something truthful, use a lane. If you choose to propagate the bullshit, then you probably super famous. Situation super dangerous. Chris been wild with depression, battling never aggression. Poor communication, then it's hard to get the message. What it is received, it's even harder to accept it. So most of them reject it like it's all copacetic. Now they acting overzealous and they all selling. They sold to the highest bidder just to buy some liquor. We came up off them hard knocks. Now these suckers sweet as Skittles, break them down like peanut brittle. We was slinging hard rock. This ain't Malcolm in the middle, made it sizzle like some bacon on the griddle. Things have changed. The game the same. Started to feel my age, but it don't feel same. Everything feels strange. Things have changed. The game the same. Started to feel my age, but it don't feel same. Everything feels strange. No more payphone, VCRs on the pages, MP3s and DVD plays. Dime bags from the corner, gangsters kept you covered like a blanket, reminiscing. Got me thinking nostalgia, got me feeling ancient. Nothing don't hit the same, everything feels different. Music no light of cane, so it seems hard to listen. Even though this is AI, still real when I kick it. Now they all live online trying to maintain an image, reaching for the outer limits, about to crash this glass ceiling, dodging bad dealings with some sad villains, mad children, baby kids, that's some sad living, fast cars, fast women, fast money, fast killing. What's trending? TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, and every time I think about it, it's hard to believe that. Things have changed. Things the same, the same. I'm trying to feel my days, nothing don't feel safe. Everything feels strange, change. Things have changed. The same. I'm starting to feel my days, nothing don't feel safe, everything feels strange. I give you one unless I show up and do my best, and then I do it till I swear. Got no problem moving checks, I'm not what you would expect. What's my credit great? Never in your debt. Let me get that straight. Never said I've been the same. I'm just trying to eat, pass me again of a plate. I want the best and nothing less. You can tell by how I dress, you can tell by how I smoke, you can tell by how I eat, you can tell by my feet when I'm sliding in the streets. You be sliding in the DMs, she be sliding in my sheets. You be hating, she attracted to my fragrance. We vacation in the payments, and she say that I'm the greatest. No complaining, no explaining. Let the secret stay in Vegas from the pit. House view, I can see the truth. Had to spark the fuse, had them all confused. Catch me at the spa, sipping frozen juice, chilling in Morocco, eating lamb chops and couscous. Now I stash my moves, blowing on that blues clues, scrolling on the iPad, looking at some new news. I give you more than less. I show up and do my best, and then I do it till I swear. Ain't got no problem moving checks, I'm not what you would expect. What's my credit great? Never ain't that. Let me get that straight. Never said I've been the same. I'm just trying to eat, pass me a dinner plate. I bought a house, paid cash, bought a whip, paid cash. Told you I ain't never fell off. I just fell back, I excel at everything that you feel at. Obviously I'm the shit, I know you can smell that. Speeding like a Hellcat, drinking at the Flame Crab. Start a tab when I go shopping, no need to check the tags, throw it in the bag. Like a smash and grab, my chick on natural, your bitch had to buy ass. Never been materialistic, I just like to dress spiffy. When my critics get offended, when they see I show them pity, but they never show support, and they always acting iffy. Wasn't chilling in the basement when we watching Rap City. Used to rock the academics, now I wear the finest linen. Eggs Benedict for brunch, dining with the finest women. You can't deny my clientele on my current dividends. I want nothing less than the best, so I get it. I give you more than less. I show up and do my best, and then I do it till I swear. Got no problem moving checks, I'm not what you would expect. That's my credit great, never in your debt. Let me get that straight. Never said I've been the same. I'm just trying to eat, pass me a dinner plate. I give you one less. I show up and do my best, and then I do it till I swear. Got no problem moving checks, I'm not what you would expect. Plus my credit great, never in your debt. Let me get that straight. Never said I've been the same. I'm just trying to eat, pass me a dinner plate. And then I do it till I swear. Got no problem moving checks, I'm not what you would expect. You only get one ride. Better make it worthwhile. Yeah. Trap House Entertainment. Yeah. Nobody makes it out alive, cause the reaper comes for all of us. Yeah. We all gonna see the other side as the ash and dust to dust. Yeah, bumps and moments, but we cannot live in fear. You can try to run from hell, or you can build a heaven here. Yeah. Hug your sons and kiss your daughters. We always round the corner and Nobody makes it out alive, cause the reaper comes for all of us. We all gon' see the other side, that's the ash, and that's the dust. That walks among us, but we cannot live in fear. You can try to run from hell, you can build your heaven here. 100 years after your death, everyone will forget that you ever even lived, that you ever took a breath. You only get one chance, choose to be your true self. Life is truly beautiful enough, it's the true wealth. Do what makes you happy, paint a picture, sing an opera. You can hear it in your soul, you can feel it in your chakras. Listen to the universe, whisper speaking true gospel. You are a light being, and your energy's colossal. Nobody makes it out alive, cause the reaper comes for all of us. We all can see the other side, that's the ash, and that's the dust. Death walks among us, but we cannot live in fear. You can try to run from hell, you can build your heaven here. Yeah, time don't wait, so I move with intention. I give my life meaning, so I move with ambition. And I give my life purpose, so I choose my own mission. I can be an atheist or accept a benediction. Either way, it's my decision, my own personal conviction. Understand it for yourself, and choose a man-made religion. Not to pressure and the power, every second is a blessing. But the reaper always near, so I gotta keep stepping. Nobody makes it out alive, cause the reaper comes for all of us. Yeah, we all gon' see the other side, that's the ash, and that's the dust. Death walks among us, but we cannot live in fear. You can try to run from hell, or you can build your heaven here. Nobody makes it out alive, cause the reaper comes for all of us. We all gon' see the other side, that's the ash, that's the dust. Death walks among us, but we cannot live in fear. You can try to run from hell, or you can build your heaven here. Wish that I can rewind, turn back time, make God give you back your life, a second chance to get it right. We reconcile instead of fight, cause I'm the child and you're the mother. But we barely know each other, so we suffer. Silent month for childhood troubles, crying puddles. I'm surprised that I survived and I thrived. My inner wounds got cauterized, ignoring pain, got normalized. I always wish that I had a guide. VHS. Violent home situation, capitulation, no dinner waiting, got a blurred image, the pixelation, cause you let me hear, and I'm feeling crazy. Better think about your life, cause you can't press rewind. Why? You won't always get it right, just do your best and be kind. Better think about your life, cause you can't press rewind. Why? You won't always get it right, just do your best and be kind. Wish that I can hear rewind, turn back time, and see your face every night. Go off to school and riding bike, tie shoes and flying kites, cause I'm the father and you're the son, but I never played. My role is one, a real dad. I owe you one, childhood traumas you've overcome. You're a prince and you're a king. You're a beautiful human being. We gon' win by any means, cause you're destined for great things. Can't get no time back, just utilize what we have. It's you and I, we laugh, gotta live it to the fullest. We can't even leave half, because once you reach the end, you know ain't no turning back. Better think about your life, cause you can't press rewind. Why? You won't always get it right, just do your best and be kind. Better think about your life, cause you can't press rewind. Why? You won't always get it right, just do your best and be kind. Better think about your life. Cause you can't press rewind. Why? You won't always get it right, just do your best and be kind. Better think about your life.
Trap House Entertainment.
Do you wanna?
Who knows how to stop me from going crazy?
Do you wanna look like a movie star? When you show your face, everybody knows who you are. Paparazzi taking pictures soon as you get out the car. Fans waving posters and they begging you to sign it for them. Fame could be a quiet storm and it's known to burn you out. Make you do the walk of shame. Producers try to turn you out. Try to stick you like a Josh. You can't sit around and doubt because you got another photo shoot in a half hour. They want the movie star status and the two-tone Bugatti and the hills and the mansion and the brand new body. Getting views as they happy because they gotta please the sponsors and for the right price. They say they sold to the money. They want the movie star status and the two-tone Bugatti and the hills and the mansion and a brand new body. Getting views as they happy because they gotta please the sponsors and for the right price. They say they sold to the money. They say the entertainment business can be weird as hell. You can ask Britney Spears or ask Dave Chappelle. Most childhood stars will even say themselves on how they slowly burned out trying to chase the wealth. It's hard to be a millionaire and still keep it low key. Down with the social life and party with the OGs. Dodging all the parasites cooler than Keanu Reeves. I'd rather chase my happiness and let the fame chase me. They want the movie star status and the two-tone Bugatti and the hills and the mansion and a brand new body. Getting views as they happy because they gotta please the sponsors and for the right price. They said they sold to the money. They want the movie star status and the two-tone Bugatti and the hills and the mansion and a brand new body. Getting views as they happy because they gotta please the sponsors and for the right price. They said they sold to the monster. They used to be the flower children, everything was holistic. Now it's BBLs, lip injections, and some old zipping. They so cynic, running to their doctors like the old Olympics. Now they feel terrific, but it's so sickening, horrific. Borderline sadistic, that's pop culture, snorting lines, popping pills. Most of them are not sober, getting game, everything. So I do not owe you style chasing fame, but still remain a true. They like movie star status and the two-tone Bugatti and the hills and the mansion and a brand new body. Getting views as they happy because they gotta please the sponsors and for the right price. They said they sold to the money. They want the movie star status and the two-tone Bugatti and the hills and the mansion and a brand new body. Getting views as they happy because they gotta please the sponsors and for the right price. They said they sold to the monster.
Who knows how to stop me from going crazy? Who knows how to stop me from going crazy?
Trap House Entertainment.
Keep your wits about you. Just because you don't see the rest doesn't mean they ain't there. Trap House Entertainment. Yeah. If they ever did you wrong, you can never let them slide. Cause they try to play you like you're sweeter than potato pies. Walking in the den of thieves and they tell the true lies. Moving like the Genovese, working for the suit and ties. Folks sitting by the door and they got a new disguise. Everyone gets scrutinized, so you decide. You gon' ride a suicide, it's do or die. You ain't getting used, you getting utilized. I ain't been abused, I've been brutalized. I peep the news, I drew a line. I done witnessed the truest crimes. Implement a new design, so you resign with choosing sides. Just remember, I'm the hardest you can find. Yeah, still sharp and still real, recognize real. And we plotting on the meal, so we stacking every bill. Now that's fuck, how you feel? Better get it how you live. Never been a house nigga, had to get it from the field. Had to get it from the field, had to get it from the field. If you're gonna play the game, you know you gotta take some risks. So you can not complain when the plot is getting thick. And the bank with no assist and every shot just seem to miss. Niggas better use it, bring it, cause this thing is over quick. If you're gonna play the game, you know you gotta take some risks. So you can not complain when the plot is getting thick. And the bank with no assist and every shot just seem to miss. Nigga better use it, bring it, cause this thing is over quick. Y'all talk about the same thing, complain about the same shit. Always play the blame game with the lames you hang with. Saying names like you getting paid, you niggas ain't rich. Doing anything for the fame, you niggas ain't shit. Rick the ruler and my shooters put the tooth in you medulla. Twin Rugers on the scooter like a Judas. How they do you? Ain't no use in acting bougie. We can see that you a loser. Had to school you like a tutor. When you fucking with my moolah, get you hung from the roof. Now they call me Suge Knight. I can feel the pressure building. I'm about to bust a pipe. Aggravation don't mean that I will buy you talking to the pig, but I don't really deal with swine investments getting big. I'm just trying to see the bottom line. You gon' play the game, you know you gotta take some risks. So you cannot complain when the plot is getting thick. In the paint with no assist and every shot just seem to miss. Nigga better use it, bring it, cut this thing is over quick. If you gon' play the game, you know you gotta take some risks. So you cannot complain when the plot is getting thick. In the paint with no assist and every shot just seem to miss. Nigga better use it, bring it, cut this thing is over quick. Cut this thing is over quick. Cut this thing is over quick.
Okay, Dirty Diana, do your thing, girl.
Trap House Entertainment.
Do your thing, Lil Waldy.
Young niggas out here selling drugs, getting loot, buying new shoes. But we never hoop. Put backs on my waist, got the leather in the coupe. And a hood full of tattoos and the prostitutes. Nickname Dirty D, real name Diana. Spicy like Titan, beautiful like Diana. Thicker than molasses, oh my ladder. Causing traffic jams for all bystanders. Never turn a hoe into a housewife, even though that booty big and it bounce right. Sneaky like a mouse, she gonna play you out right. Even if she drippin' wet, keep her outside. Never turn a hoe into a housewife, even though that booty big and it bounce right. Sneaky like a mouse, she gonna play you out right. Even if she drippin' wet, keep her outside. Young niggas, talking a lot of pimpin', chasing a lot of lizards, looking for the 128 pop bitches. Strippers think they get it. This is not Christmas. You get what you paid for, you are not the richest. Dirty D, a hot chick. All the niggas try here to take advantage of her habits, cause they know she is addicted. A few puff, few bump, situations get explicit. And she'll have you coming and going in just a few minutes. Never turn a hoe into a housewife, even though that booty big and it bounce right. Sneaky like a mouse, she gonna play you out. Even if she drippin' wet, keep her outside. Never turn a hoe into a housewife, even though that booty big and it bounce right. Sneaky like a mouse, she gonna play you out. Even if she drippin' wet, keep her outside. Good girls gone bad, no dad, so sad. I can't even imagine the life that you had. Getting caught up in the streets and the life so fast. And the purse take notice when you start to grow ass. Introduce them to drugs, get their young ass hooked. Brains get cooked, innocence get took on the strip. And they in between the fiends and the crooks. But you can't save them all, so niggas just try to fuck. Never turn a hoe into a housewife, even though that booty big and it bounce right. Sneaky like a mouse, she gonna play you out. Even if she drippin' wet, keep her outside. Never turn a hoe into a housewife, even though that booty big and it bounce right. Sneaky like a mouse, she gonna play you out. Even if she drippin' wet, keep her outside. Keep her outside. Keep her outside. Trap House Entertainment. Trap House Entertainment. Travis was a travesty, traversing over tragedies. And my life is so real, ain't no need for the analogies. Metaphors are allegories, I just sit and tell my story. I'm a real statistic, still I conquer every category. Travis was a travesty, traversing over tragedies. And my life is so real, ain't no need for the analogies. Metaphors are allegories, I just sit and tell my story. I'm a real statistic, still I conquer every category. We had it harder. Then the rubrics cube, sister had to get me ready for school. She taught me how to tie up my shoes, no doors on the room. Who's that dude? Another stranger. We couldn't deal with the anger, the family in danger of falling in shame. My dad drinking and gambling, Tyree, his dad lives in the left. Mama still stuck on the streets, really made a shit on the beach. Them corner thugs got us smoking that deep. I find it kinda hard to see when daddy beating my mama, beat me cause I pissed my pajamas. We my sister because she wasn't his. I noticed the problems, wasn't responsible, only a kid. Couldn't understand the things that they need, no guidance at home. 6 and 8, we tryna be grown. Mama's gone weeks at a time. I wish she wasn't so weak in the mind. Get a job so we can be fine. And stop these kids from flooding my eyes. You break your family ties. How can I grow within this family of mine? Do you love me or you looking high? State of custody, you didn't need them trap, so I suppress all my trauma. Keep it all inside, it's still my childhood, so we can't wait. Gotta have the key for the youth with new face. The system can be two-faced in a red or a blue state. Hit them with the two shades of water like Bobby Boucher. Let's advance, never too late, this is a new day. Travis was a tragedy, just crossing over tragedies. In my life, it's so real, ain't no need for the analogies. Metaphors and allegories, I can see through my story. I'm a rich bitch, still I conquer every category. Travis was a tragedy, just crossing over tragedies. In my life, it's so real, ain't no need for the analogies. Metaphors and allegories, I can see through my story. I'm a rich bitch, still I conquer every category. Trap house entertainment. Trap house entertainment. Traversing over tragedies in my life is so real, ain't no need for the analogies. Metaphors and allegories, I just see them tell my story. I'm a rich statistic, still I cover every category. Travis was a travesty, traversing over tragedies in my life is so real, ain't no need for the analogies. Metaphors and allegories, I just see them tell my story. I'm a rich statistic, still I cover every category.
Ever say that progress is being made?
If you stick a knife in my back 9 inches and pull it out 6 inches, there's no progress. If you pull it all the way out, there's not progress. The progress is healing the wound that the blow made. And they haven't even begun to pull the knife out. Much less heal the wound, they won't even admit the knife is there.
Trap house entertainment.
The pen is mighty, been the sword, freedom rider. We've been the swords and Socrates. And mentors, my pink still, with many more. The pen is mighty, been the sword, freedom rider. We've been the swords and Socrates. And mentors, my pink still, with many more. I wrote it down and I told the truth. And I take a picture and show the proof. Cause the real world has road rules. And some real change been overdue. Time to rearrange your school of thought. I'm seeking soldiers with the truest heart. I will back down when the shooting starts. You can see the sparks all through the dark. Illumination is contagious. Freedom riders, we the bravest. Intelligence is an education. I'm just here to make you think. Dan Calloway, research pages. He's trying to make you great. I'm trying to write a bigger way. Because history ain't what they say. The pen is mighty. Been the sword, freedom riders. We've been the sword, since Socrates. And Minotaur, a big stick. With many more, the pen is mighty. Been the sword, freedom riders. We've been the sword, since Socrates. And Minotaur, a big stick. With many more. Yeah. Black Rock, stock market. The Federal Reserve got a profit margin. Birth certificates used to bargain, and it's all set up through legal jargon. The Pentagon can't pass an audit. I beg your pardon, that's not retarded. They can find for us to get the war started. CIA control the drug market. They redline and gerrymander. Fair time and pussy slander. Every leader, when we stand up, spread the knowledge, expose the cancer. No ransom or negotiations. We won't allow the appropriation. Teamwork, that's co-creation. Freedom riders, control the nation. It's mighty. We've been the sword, freedom riders. We've been the sword, Socrates. Minotaur, big stick, with many more. The pen is mighty. Been the sword, freedom riders. We've been the sword, Socrates. Minotaur, big stick, with many more. The pen is mighty. Been the sword, freedom riders. We've been the sword, Socrates. Minotaur, I'm pink still with many more. The pen is mighty, been the sword, freedom riders. We've been the sword, Socrates. Minotaur, I'm pink still with many more. Trap house entertainment.
That's the last song right here.
I'm really winning in life. Living too nice. Never know happiness, stay precise. I put it real thick and I slide you you a slice. Slicker than nice and I show you both sides. Really winning that life. Living too nice. Never know hype and I spit it precise. Put it real thick and I slide you a slice. Slicker than nice and I show you both sides. Don't bring no food to the feast. Don't bring no sand to the beach. Walking my dogs with no leash. Y'all niggas scared to go deep. Never been scared to compete. Never been scared to defeat. My people still betting on me. Prince got you bending in me. I'm a OG. Still got a baby face. Hit it like a heavyweight. Y'all niggas can't relate. They call me trap. Y'all niggas can't escape. I am the go. This is not for debate. You cannot inundate good under pressure. You know I ventilate going that extra. Rocking my crown on the phone with a scepter. You want some mistake and you better do better. Little winning they like. Living from nice. Never know how can I stay precise. Put it real thick and I slide you a slice. Slicker than nice and I show you both sides. Little winning they like. Living from nice. Never know how can I stay precise. Put it real thick and I slide you a slice. Slicker than nice and I show you both sides. Treating the attitude, showing no gratitude. When we start winning and they getting mad at you. You about to blast, so I'm changing my latitude. Way like a platypus, blowing no cannabis, changing my move before clapping at you. Pay like a TV evangelist, tapping my shoe. They tapping my phone, trying to trace on my moves. Burning analysis, leaving them confused. Like there's a beach, travel as far as you reach. Crossing the oceans and seas, the deserts, the trees, the mountains, the tropical breeze. Bitches be hopping on these nuts. I cannot get rid of these smuts. Envy, gluttony, jealousy, lust, and greed. Been chasing the money and must. Really winning in life. Living from night. Never know how can I stay precise. Cut a real thick and I slide you a slice. Slicker than nice and I show you both sides. Been winning in life. Living from night. Never know how can I stay precise. Cut a real thick and I slide you a slice. Slicker than nice and I show you both sides.
The world is getting crazier by the minute. Don't believe everything you think. Trap House Entertainment.
Oh no, let me get something to eat.
You always wondered why that app didn't exist. Now you can make it. Meet Replit Agent. Want a custom workout plan? Make an app for that.
Is kind of this independent power broker with a series of other independent power brokers together who form some kind of supra government above representative government in the West. That's the clear, so like, what is that?
Yeah. Do you think?
Interesting. Tucker, after taking a minute to think about what's happening with the Epstein files and what it reveals, he says it reveals that we actually don't have a real government and that we have a supra government. Let's listen. Supra sounds like a
shadow government,
like a Celica, like from Toyota, but no, that's a different Supra. Let's listen.
Everybody.
Yeah.
In every country, and he's weighing in on every event of the moment that he's living in. So, like, shorting the global financial crisis. He's discussing the fall of Gaddafi in Libya before it happens and trying to figure out how to profit from that.
Totally plugged in.
Like, at a level that, as someone who just like covers government, I feel like I know plugged in people. Never met anyone that plugged in.
Yeah.
So what is this? He represents no government. Clearly works for Mossad. He clearly works for CIA. Clearly is in contact with both, and clearly British intelligence. So he's not working for Israel. He's not working for the United States. He's not working for the UK exclusively. He's not working for anybody, really. He's kind of this independent power broker working with a series of other independent power brokers together who form some kind of supra government above representative government in the West. That's the clear, so like, what is that?
Yeah. Do you think we'll see arrests?
It's been almost 20 years that some of this material has been in the custody of governments. Most of it is still hidden, and there have been no arrests. Instead, there's been a consistent, over decades, effort to shield the people exposed from arrest. So No, I mean, there may be performative arrests. The big question is not, was there blackmail? Yes. Sex with minors? Of course. Is there some kind of weird religious practice that we would describe as witchcraft? Oh, yeah. But the bigger question is like, what was this? It's clearly an informal governance body over what the rest of us consider the authorities, which is to say governments, nation states.
So that is what's revealing who really runs things. And again, like I told you, when there's a session of Congress, do you really think they're in there doing the bidding of students or the elderly or workers or the sick or citizens in general? They're in
Big
there,
Medicaid.
they're in there doing the bidding of the oligarchs, the people who really run the world, just like Donald Trump is doing their bidding. Do you think regular people, when they voted for Donald Trump, they're like, oh, I hope he goes into Venezuela. I hope he chokes off Cuba. I hope he tries to take over Greenland. I hope he bombs Iran. I hope he keeps funding the Ukraine war and the genocide. And then I hope he bombs. Yeah. You think anybody, nobody, even the people today say, yeah, I voted for that. They did not, because they were running on the exact opposite of that. Ending the war in 24 hours, taking the money we spend on war, investing it back in the United States. Trump was talking about cutting the military budget in half. And now he's quadrupling it from half to quadrupled. So it's all
That's my boo, Jimmy.
right. That's my boo.
That's my quadruple.
Doge was always a lie. Doge was a big scam. It was a distraction. It was to keep the people on the left and the right hating each other. It worked like a charm. And so we do have so this idea that, again, that you would get caught up in this left-right dichotomy is silly. You have to really be a chump to not see through it. And so what happened to a lot of people that I know personally, when Trump got elected, that's when they started paying attention to politics. And so it took 10 years for them to realize, oh my God, the Democrats and the Republicans are playing a game on us. It took 10. Now, finally, people who started to pay attention to politics in 2016, it took 10 years for them to now go, oh, I see. They all work for the same people. They're both screwing us. It doesn't matter who we vote for. What's that?
You've seen these people feel that? I haven't.
Oh, yeah, I have. I have seen people starting to wake up to that. Yeah. Saying that you should withhold your vote from the Democrats. So I've seen that, and we're going to cover it, in fact, on Wednesday.
I guess Tucker chewing up that remedial shit and spitting into their mouth like a baby bird does work.
Yeah. And let's remember what Charlie Kirk said about not the exact same thing, because he didn't know about the Epstein files, what was in them yet. But he's making a similar point. Let's listen.
Intel agencies were then used inwardly against us. And that has really been the story the last 30 to 40 years, which is our intel services are supposed to gather intelligence and defend the homeland and to keep us domestically safe. But it turns out they're actually more about picking winners and losers in American elections and to thwart the will of popular sovereignty.
So that's why that Dilbert guy, Scott Adams, when he says, I trust the CIA to lie to me to keep me safe, that is such a childish, and I don't want to speak poorly of the dead. I liked him. I love his cartoon. But that was such a ridiculous thing to say, that I trust the CIA to lie to me to keep me safe. I trust Trump to lie to me. I trust the government to lie to me. That is really one of the dumbest things I've ever heard.
He knows now, Jesus and rational heaven is laughing at him.
That's right. So that's why, because the CIA isn't working on your behalf, just like the president isn't working on your behalf.
Yeah.
None of them are working on your behalf. Just like Tucker Carlson just said, there's a super government. And just like Charlie Kirk knew even before the Epstein files got released, that the intelligence community is making up a sort of super government above the government. The shadow government. And they actually run things.
Administrative.
Yeah.
The shadow government is who's above the deep state. I've seen people talking about this for years. It's not super, it's shadow. Look.
Let me finish what Charlie says.
Who actually runs this government? The first term, we were kind of under this very naive idea that the people run the government. And then we were like, well, it's the lobbyists. But after I think 7 or 8 years, and it's taken time, it's the administrative state and the intel agencies.
Yes.
It's this fourth branch of government that the founders never created, they never designed, there was no intent for. And that fourth branch of government is unaccountable, has unknown biographies of people that are running it, and they're there for unlimited amounts of time. There's no term limits, they're not elected, and they're unelected. You have all these unknown amounts of people, and what are they doing? And it's a black box budget. And I believe that all roads lead back to the intel agencies on all this stuff. And so, but Tulsi is now getting under the hood. This revelation of Russiagate is massive. It's huge.
I know.
And God bless her for doing this. Who's running the United States government?
So that was, I felt the same way back then. I felt
Yeah.
the same way, like, oh, so now they're going to expose the deep state who manufactured a fake hoax called Russiagate,
Right.
and now they're going to arrest some of those people, and they didn't do any of that.
Wait, how long ago was this? Before Trump had got
So
in?
this was when he was still alive, and so no, this was before he died. So this is when we thought, this is before we saw the real game being played. Nobody's going to jail for Russiagate. Trump is now the new deep state. He's working for the shadow government. No matter who you vote for, you get John McCain. And I thought naively too, like, oh, Tulsi is going to get in there and blow this thing wide open. She was making, I thought so. But of course, now we know better. Tulsi flipped, and she's also working with the deep state now because she's part of the administration. And the price for admission is to go along with the deep state and the shadow government. And she's going along with it, which is why she flip-flopped on Venezuela, flip-flopped on Cuba, and flip-flopped famously on Gaza.
In fairness to her and to Chris Cuomo and to many of these people, she's probably been trained since a very small child to flip-flop that way because MK Monarch is real, and all the pundits and stars, movie stars, and the Mom Donnies and the AOCs, and all of them got put through it, and that's why they seem like they were cast in a teen drama. That's why.
There's a little bit more to this. Let's listen.
Question.
If we do not smash the administrative state and the deep state in the coming 6 to 12 months, then we're actually not gonna bring this entire intelligence apparatus to heel. We have to lance the boil because it's gone so out of control. And I can tell you, they are deeply fearful of this movement. They know that we are aware. They know that we are noticing things.
And that's why they killed him. And so now he's out of the way, and they don't have to. So that's one of the reasons why they killed him, because he was too powerful. He could actually mobilize people against them. And so he was just a pain in the ass all the way around for the deep state, the establishment, the shadow government, the people who really run things. He got to be, for Israel, certainly, he became a big pain in the ass. So they had to get rid of him because he wanted to have the government put back into the hands of the people, which is not happening. That is
Well, it's any
not
consolation.
happening.
If there's any kind of consolation, they probably had planned to kill him the whole time.
Yeah, the whole time. The whole time.
That we're seeing patterns, that we know how powerful the intel agencies have become. And so that's why I think Russiagate really matters, is that it's a way to hold them accountable, to see how.
And they're not holding anybody accountable for Russiagate. It's just all over. And now everybody in the FBI are all buddies. They're all one group team again. They're all covering up the Butler, Pennsylvania assassination attempt. They're all covering up the Charlie Kirk assassination. They're all going along with Venezuela, Cuba, Ukraine, Gaza, Iran, Yemen. They're all going along with all of it. So there is no exposure of the deep state because of Russiagate. I feel like a sucker for even hoping that would happen.
I know, and I never had faith, but I still feel like a sucker. I can't believe what I believe right now. I just can't believe it.
Should I even read it?
What was that? Yo, Tucker.
People hear super government and think pure conspiracy, but the Epstein case does show one real problem. different rules for ultra-connected versus everyone else. The question that actually matters, why has so much evidence sat for decades with so little accountability? Well, the question kind of answers itself. It's because everybody's in on it. That's why. Because the
They
people,
eat kids, they didn't want to say nothing.
because the people who run the country are in the files. That's why. The people who actually run the world are in the files. That's why. That's why.
All your heroes are in it. Hey, I'm in it, but I didn't do nothing, Jimmy. I'm just an important guy.
Tucker just pointed out something people have been uneasy about for years, the sense that there are layers of influence operating far beyond what most citizens ever get to see. You don't need conspiracy theories to notice the pattern. Major scandals involving powerful people often end with no real accountability, no arrest, and no clear answers, like 9/11, like the stock market crash, banking crash of 2008, like the Libyan war, like the torture program, like the Iraq war, like the drone program that killed 90% innocent people, like all that, like COVID. Like, it's the same thing. The Epstein case is the clearest example. 2 decades of documents, testimony, and reporting, yet the outlook looks nothing like what would happen if the same evidence involved ordinary people. That disconnect isn't just frustrating, it erodes trust in the very institutions meant to uphold justice. When people start asking whether representative government is doing the job it claims to do, they're really asking why transparency seems to stop exactly where power begins. So the real question becomes, what mechanisms would actually force sunlight into places that have resisted it for decades? I'm going to say nothing.
Yeah.
There's
Galactic
nothing.
Federation would have to have a talk with Israel.
There's no way to get control of our government through voting or any kind. You're going to have some kind of real revolution. I know that sounds crazy, but when the American dollar crashes, when let's say Russia and China, India, Brazil decide to go on another dollar, besides the United States reserve currency, let's say they go on the Chinese dollar, it's over for us. Our economy craters, our dollars crater, everyone's retirements are wiped out, everything gets wiped out. And that's what's going to lead to a revolution. And until then, people are going to wake up, even though 50% of the country, they can't afford a $400 emergency, 80% of people work paycheck to paycheck. Even though 50% of wage earners are $30,000 or less, it's not enough misery to make people get in the streets and have a real revolution.
You know why? Because they're dying out, the people that are disappointed. A generation, whatever it is, alpha, they don't expect nothing. Those are the new people. So they tie you up with bullshit identity, millennials and zoomies and boomies and all that. And while everybody fights, we all die. And then the new generation doesn't believe in nothing to begin with. So you can't disappoint them.
So I thought it was an interesting tweet, Kurt. What do you make of it?
Yeah, I see that.
VC Campbell says there's a huge network and it leads back to Satan. The Rothschilds, it is said, leave a place for Satan at the table in 1963. So the story goes, the Vatican enthroned Satan. Look at what the Vatican has become since then. The audience hall is a snake, for goodness sake.
Yeah, I mean, there's no look. If you're standing in the back and see that, it doesn't dawn on anybody that that's fucking crazy. Look at that.
Look at that.
Look at the googly eyes on the snake too. That's the most disturbing part.
That doesn't dawn on anybody that that's a snake.
Dude, it's cartoonish how much it's a snake.
Yeah.
And you see the eyes looking at it like,
Wow.
are you guys kidding me? You literally can't see this, you fucking retards. That's what it's saying.
Okay, if you want to hear my jokes about this, come see me in Lansing, Milwaukee, Albuquerque, Houston, Dallas, Salt Lake City, Las Vegas. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.
Well,
I know.
Look at that face. Like,
I know.
Get Mark Passio. I'm gonna have him on my podcast Thursday. But Mark Passio, ex-LaVey church guy, he explains it very well. You got to think of it like in ancient times. If you knew psychology, like pickup artistry tricks, when other people didn't, that's what this occult stuff is. It's psychology and neurolinguistic programming, and that backfired bigly. Everyone has to say this phrase. That's how it works. And then that way they can use something like this Rorschach test design to see how well the control is. And if you see the snake, then they don't have you. And if you don't see it, they got you.
Ah!
You get it?
See me on tour. I'll be in Lansing, Milwaukee, Albuquerque, Houston, Dallas, Salt Lake City, Las Vegas. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets. If you go anywhere else, you're going to pay more.
Oh.
What?
So we were scammed last night by fake ads. You know, a little blue guy runs left and right, uses math to get through number gates. When I download it, it's all fake. So I started playing the real one last night.
The only number game runner I play is Last War. All right, we're going in. First thing, go right to get that gun upgrade. All right, little red dude's going down. Let's add some soldiers on the left and
Oh man.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
The thing with the Epstein stuff online is just really kind of like, I remember 5 minutes ago, right? For the blue pill people on COVID, if you don't care about COVID as much as I do, and if you aren't informed as COVID as much as I am, you want to kill grandma, right? Like that, you're told this explicitly.
Your kids should be taken away from you, should be banned from society.
Right. And my buddy Luke Perez, who's a great comic, he had a great tweet. He goes, if you don't have COVID, you can't spread COVID. I can't give it to you just because I'm a bad person, right? But that was the mindset. And now there's so much, there's what, 3 million Epstein docs? If you are not as invested as some people, you are a kid toucher, you're covering for them, you want this to happen, you're complicit retroactively somehow.
Yeah.
And I can't make heads or tails of it. I had Luke Rukowski on my show, who's been a conspiracy, I'm not saying in a negative way, conspiracy guy for a very long time. He used to work with Alex. He broke it down. Then I had Michael Tracy on my show, and he said, look, a lot of this hysteria, I don't know who is right, who is wrong, but if I have any kind of skepticism, I am somehow wanting children to be abused. It's insane.
Well, it's like so much of it is cryptic. Like we don't necessarily understand what they were talking about.
Right. And if you say,
what's beef jerky?
Here's the thing. It's obviously kids. It's not just that it might be kids or probably, it's obvious. And if you're denying that jerky is obviously kids, you're denying that people are children. I'm not denying people are children. I'm just saying, what if it's heroin? What if it's weapon? I haven't read all those emails, but the idea that it's definitely literally infants, it seems like I want to see some receipts.
Yeah, it could be many things. I mean, it certainly is a code, which indicates, at least to me, that they were doing something they didn't want people to know about.
And I remember with the Pizzagate stuff, I talked about this in my book, Through the Right. I had to get through this through the legal, because there was an email where it's like, oh, the maps or the flags are really angry today. So they're obviously not talking about maps or flags. It was obviously about something. We don't know what.
Right.
But to pretend that there was nothing there is also disingenuous. It's clearly code. But how do we know eating is not code also? Like eating jerky could be like beating off, right? Or it could be killing someone.
Right.
But the idea that, no, the eating part is true, the jerky part is kids. Frankly, what bothers me is, don't you want to hope that they're not eating kids?
Yeah, well, it's like people just want to know. And if they already were and have been doing it for a long time, that seemed outrageous before a gigantic ring was exposed where there really was a sex trafficker who was compromising people and really was doing it at the behest of at least an intelligence agency, whether it's ours or the Israelis or whoever it is.
Or the Russians.
A lot of people want to say it's the Russians. Well, is there any validity to the Russians?
I have no idea. The reason I said the Russians is because I was on Drudge, and the headline was Epstein was Russian operative. So it was presented on Drudge. Don't take my word for it.
Right.
As there's the receipts. This is why I'm saying there's Mossad connections with him, obviously, especially with Ghislaine. CIA is a no-brainer, because why didn't they bag this guy for years?
Right.
I talked to Kurt Metzger about this, and broadly speaking, and he makes the point, like, these are all interconnected. This idea that we're going to separate out like the CIA from MI6 is they're buddies with each other. And frankly, that's in many cases a good thing. You want to be working with other countries if you have international trafficking or terrorism or crimes. But I don't know. I can't even finish the sentence.
Right. No, well, you're honest. That's why. Now, the Russian thing, is there anything that makes sense to you to that?
What did you?
What's going on here?
Okay.
New documents show Justice Department documents mention Russia thousands of times, Vladimir Putin over 1,000 times, reflecting extensive Russia-related communications and contacts in Epstein's network. Emails, travel records indicate, okay, so there's real something to it. Epstein made multiple trips to Russia, obtained business visas, had scouts there recruiting young Russian women for him, of course, similar to his operations elsewhere. The files describe Epstein cultivating ties with Russian political and business elites, acting as a facilitator in deals and introductions, not just sexual encounters. Epstein repeatedly sought a meeting or back-channel communications with President Vladimir Putin, at times suggesting he had advice or insight to offer about dealing with Donald Trump. He had documented ties to at least one former Russian official with a background in the FSB, whom he used to gather information on a woman he claimed was trying to extort his business partners. Well, for sure you're going to have that. You got a bunch of Russian hookers that you're bringing over there. Some of them are going to try to extort you.
Putin was ex-KGB. The
Right.
KGB for decades, for like almost a century, was blackmailing Americans. This is one of the big reasons why you couldn't be, there were restrictions against gays, because if you were gay at a time when it was socially unacceptable and the Russians found out about it, they flipped you. Because they would sit you down and they'd be like, look, we know we're going to out you, or you're going to play ball.
Right.
And in those situations, you're going to play ball. This is a huge scandal for everyone.
And that's there's a large percentage, I don't know what the population is, of these undercover gay politicians.
Yeah. I mean, the bureaucrats, the people working for Johnson and FDR, this was the thing. And they would know.
Yeah.
And they would have honeypots. It wouldn't be hard at that time.
Right. And for men, it's so easy to get us. Like, God, it must be hard to get women.
Yeah, how would you blackmail a woman?
I mean, well, how do you trick them into fucking some guy they shouldn't be fucking, and why would anybody care? See, no one cares. Like, if a woman has an affair on her husband and has sex with some hot guy on an island, everybody's like, you go, girl.
Yeah, Stella got her groove back.
Yeah, Stella got her groove back.
How would if I wanted, okay, let's walk through this. If there's a CIA lady and I want to flip her,
right?
How do I?
You got to get her to fall in love with you.
No, or you got to get her husband to cheat. Or go threaten her kids. You got to threaten the kids.
Yeah.
Threaten the kids.
Yeah.
But that's a hard one.
But that's a different thing than getting her to do something that she shouldn't have done out of lust.
How do you blackmail a woman?
Yeah, you don't have that's probably why a lot of women are in trouble.
Why they are in trouble?
Aren't.
Yeah, they aren't. Yeah.
Right, because like I would imagine you would want them too. There's plenty of women politicians you'd want to compromise. I mean, they did get Stacey Plaskett. She was cooperating with Epstein, going back and forth during Trump's administration. So if people wind up going to trial over this, and people wind up getting indicted over this, that could get more interesting, because then you remove it from Minnesota and then it becomes this federal court thing. And so then it becomes mainstream public news if they do this correctly. But if there is something there.
But the thing is, you have to worry about if the judge is going to be complicit and if the prosecutor is going to be complicit, like, and the media is also. You got to kind of fly that arrow through three hoops.
Yeah, you got to go through the bushes and make a small hole to
right
through. Yeah.
And then to try to make it indicative, and then it'd be very easy for Newsom to be like, I'm so glad this got exposed.
Right.
I promise you, as president, this won't happen in America. And if you want to talk corruption, look at Trump and all his sweetheart deals, blah, 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 blah. Hillary's already throwing him under the bus about Epstein. They don't have shame.
What is she saying?
Hillary's like, Trump's in the files thousands of times. Like, let's have this conversation. She started already.
Right, right. What does that mean, though, when you're in the file thousands of times? Because he is the guy that was in contact with the FBI about Epstein. He did contact the FBI after Epstein was arrested and thanked them for arresting him and getting him, because that guy was a real problem.
Right,
and he did kick him out of Mar-a-Lago in 2005.
But she's being factual but not truthful. So it is factual that his name is in the files thousands of times. And then you leave it for the person listening to make that conclusion.
Right, that's all you have to say.
That's all you have to say.
We were talking to Donnell Rawlings yesterday. He's in the files.
Okay.
Because Epstein went to visit his show, went to watch his show at Improv in West Palm Beach.
I did a search for the word retarded. And the one email I found was someone like, can you mail me that photo where I look fat and retarded.
That's it.
And it's not clear from who. It's to Epstein.
It's redacted.
Yeah.
No one wants to know if they were admitted they look fat and retarded.
Or
That's
the
funny.
N-words in there a fair amount also.
Well, there's a lot of references to pizza. You know, I think there's thousands of references to pizza and jerky. The jerky
And grape
pizza
soda.
and grape soda, yeah.
So I
Well,
thought
the thing about grape soda is grape is like what people do to get around the algorithm when they're discussing rape. When he graped them.
but this was like 2011. I don't think people knew about that stuff.
Right.
And I don't think Epstein is a boomer, knows how to get around algorithms.
Right. This is not an algorithm thing.
Right.
It's just a code thing.
So I thought maybe it's a black thing, but then
Grape soda? Oh, right.
yeah, but
Okay.
then he's racist. There's like things about don't bring black people.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah,
He says don't bring black
something to
people
that
to
effect.
parties?
Yeah,
Whoa.
something to that effect. Please double check me on this, but it was something that he was not no black girls.
Oh, no black girls. Interesting. Huh.
So yeah,
The black girl's gonna set you up. Bring one of them black chicks up into some mansion some way. Next thing you know, Pookie and Ray Ray kicking in your door. Talking about later, fuck now, nigga. Yo, don't bring none of them black girls. They gonna bring they hoodlum cousins over here to rob us later. Yep, I feel like we made some pretty good progress on this piece this morning. On our newest painting. Trying to get this underpainting done. Went a little bit out of my normal order for setting up my paintings. Because actually this underpainting should have been done, but I guess I was so anxious to start that last foot painting that I just skipped this for a while. Yes, this is me and Shauna.
I don't think we're ever here. The other thing that I'm kind of stunned at is there's this belief online that if there's enough agitation, like QAnon, we're going to have these mass arrests. And I don't see that happening. And I don't think you can do anything to force them to release the really bad stuff if they haven't.
So what else is left? There's 3 million other files. That
Right.
They have.
They said they've released everything.
Well, they also said there wasn't anything.
Right.
You know, when Cash Patel's on here, it's like there's no videos, there's no evidence, there's no
The
nothing.
craziest for me was when Pam Bondi said, I've got the list. And I said to myself, and I talked to my friends, they all agreed with me. I'm like, I really don't think he had like clients list.doc on his desktop. That's not a thing, right? So I believe he doesn't like have a literal list. And when she goes, when I said list, I meant blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, but you said list.
Right. Well, they had those binders. They were all
Right.
performatively holding those binders.
Right.
We have the files. We're going to go through them. Heads are going to roll. Nothing happened.
Right.
And then Les Wexner, what did he say today? Jamie, you were saying that he said
he was conned or something.
he was conned for so many years.
I've been seeing online, I don't know the accuracy, that there's a bunch of missing files from specifically 1999 through 2001.
Right. And that people are connecting that to 9/11.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Wait, 19.
Pre and post 9/11 are all missing.
Wait, so Epstein might be involved with 9/11?
Mm.
But I mean, what's the thumbtacks and string? I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just
Well,
saying.
there's a lot of people that believe that Israel was involved in 9/11.
Right. But I don't think Epstein was high up in the Israeli decision-making process.
But I think they're just looking for financial records of things, and those are all missing. People's names.
You know, if
pop up.
I found out Muhammad Atta was a pedophile, I might actually start to dislike that guy. That would really change my opinion of him.
Epstein files surrounding 9/11.
Wow, coincidence.
Well,
Oh, this just came out.
Yes, I mean, people are still digging into this stuff every day.
Holy
That's
crap.
why people keep finding new shit all the time.
Oh my God, let's scroll down. This is fascinating.
That fucking cryptic George W.
What
Bush
about the
photograph.
No, the Clinton one's worse.
Of the art. Yeah, the
Clinton's
we have
worse.
that outside.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah.
Yeah.
They stumbled across something where there was redacted photos. If you look through the files and typed in something like "no photos rendered,"
Yes.
you could change the .pdf to .mp4 or .mov.
There's
and
thousands of
tons
videos.
videos that pop up.
Wow.
People are starting to watch all those videos. Some of them are from the prison. Some of them are from the island.
Flight logs starting. Okay. So
Have they found anything in those videos?
That's
you got to go through them individually.
Yeah,
right?
I'm not. People are now. I don't. Again, the accuracy. I don't know. I've seen a video where someone said this was from the video, and there's like a girl crying in it, but I don't.
Adderall and autism, do your job. Find those videos.
that should be the subtitle of this show. Their broken experience. Adderall and autism. Do your job. Holy crap. That's hilarious.
Oh my God! What a world we're living in.
Adderall and autism. Do your job.
Operations manager with zero coding skills just saved his company $145,000. Meet Ahmad, drowning in spreadsheets every single day.
Hello, freak bitches.
So my final point is the falsifiability one. That is, what would it take to refute your hypothesis? Like for me, the answer would be like if Göbekli Tepe turned out to be what you think it might have been, the place where advanced ancient civilization once inhabited or they used it. Where are the metal tools? Where are the writing, the examples of writing?
Perhaps a decision was made not to use metal. Perhaps a decision was made that errors had taken place. That in reinventing civilization, we shouldn't perhaps go down quite the same route as before. Perhaps writing isn't always an advance. Perhaps an oral tradition which records in memory, which enhances and uses the power of memory, may be a very effective way of dealing with information. We regard writing as an advance, and I can see lots of reasons why it is an advance. But if we put ourselves into the heads of ancient peoples, maybe it wasn't. I mean, there's a tradition from ancient Egypt that the god Thoth, god of wisdom, was the inventor of writing. But we have a text in which he is questioned by a pharaoh who is saying, well, actually, have you really done a good thing by introducing writing? Because then the words may roam around the world without wise advice to put them into context. And what will happen to memory when people? So there might be a choice not to go that way.
All right, but then what do you mean by advanced? When you say there used to be a lost advanced civilization before 10,000 years ago.
Well, let's just
what do you
pause
mean?
here for a second, because what we know for a fact is that the carbon dating in all the area around Göbekli Tepe is somewhere around 12,000 years. Is that correct?
11,600 years ago
Okay,
is
so-
the earliest they found so far. But a great deal of Göbekli Tepe is still underground.
Right. So at least what we know is someone built some pretty impressive structures 11,600 years ago.
7,000 years before Stonehenge.
So when that story broke, this is long before you came along with your book, it was controversial in the sense that we thought hunter-gatherers could not do something like this because to do that, you need a large population
Mhm.
with a division of labor and so forth. And so what the response to the archaeologists was, well, I guess we were wrong about hunter-gatherers. Maybe they could do more stuff than we gave them credit for. So why is that not a reasonable hypothesis versus it was actually advanced, but we mean something completely different by advanced, not writing and metal and technology. We mean, I don't know what you mean. What do you mean?
Well, I mean, we have a body of archaeology which goes on for decades, which is saying that megalithic sites, for example, Gigantia in Malta or Hagareem or Menidra, megalithic sites date to no older than 5,500 to 6,000 years old. Gigantia would push it close to 6,000 years old. And there are no older sites than that. And therefore, the megalithic site is associated with a certain stage of Neolithic development. Then along comes Göbekli Tepe, 7,000 years older than Stonehenge. Incredibly sophisticated site, very large scale. I mean, Klaus Schmidt, sadly, he's passed away. I spent 3 days working the site with him. He was very generous to me. He showed me a lot. He talked to me a lot. And he said basically 50 times as much as they've already excavated is still under the ground, that there's hundreds and hundreds of giant stone pillars that they've identified with ground penetrating radar. He's not even sure if they're ever going to excavate them. But by all accounts, we are looking, if we take what's still under the ground into account, we're looking at the largest megalithic site that's ever been created on Earth. And it pops up 11,600 years ago with no obvious background to it. It just comes out of nowhere. Now, to me, that's rather, well, that we know of. But to me, that's immediately a rather puzzling and an interesting situation. And I would be remiss as an author and an inquirer into these matters if I didn't take great interest in that. The southern appearance, 7,000 years before Stonehenge, of a megalithic site that dwarfs Stonehenge, to me, that's a mystery, and it's really worth inquiring into.
Well, to put it into perspective, that's more than 2,000 years older than what we now consider to be the building of the Great Pyramid of Giza in comparison to us to then. Mm-hmm. So between our time now in 2017 and the construction of the Great Pyramid, you're talking about 2,000 years earlier than that. And that is unbelievable when you're talking about 7,000 years before what we thought people were doing.
Okay, but my point was that before we go down the road of constructing a lost civilization that was super advanced but different from our idea of advance, why not just attribute to these fully modern hunter-gatherers who had the same size brains we have and so on, that they were able to figure out and do this? We just underestimated their abilities.
But why did archaeologists tell us for so long hunter-gatherers couldn't do it, and we needed agricultural populations that could generate surpluses, that could pay for the specialists?
That was the theory. But that was so. Now what archaeologists are saying was, I guess we were wrong about hunter-gatherers.
Well, they might be wrong about hunter-gatherers, or there might be another civilization that they had not discovered that has been unearthed by time.
Michael, lost civilizations are not such an extraordinary idea. I mean, nobody knew that the Indus Valley civilization existed at all until some railway work was done around Mohenjo-Daro in 1923. Suddenly, a whole civilization pops up out of the woodwork that's just never been taken into account before the 1920s. We still can't read its script. You know, the idea that we come across that another turn of the spade reveals information that causes us to reconsider not just was it hunter-gatherers or agriculturalists, but perhaps something bigger than this is involved.
Or in between that.
That's not such an extraordinary idea. I get it that mainstream archaeology doesn't want to go there, but that's my job.
No, I don't think that's correct. They would be happy to go there if there's evidence for it. By what you just said, they now fully accept the Indus Valley civilizations. How did that happen if they were dogmatically closed-minded?
I don't say that they were dogmatically closed-minded about that. The evidence, the massive amount of evidence that came up with the discovery of Mohenjo-Daro, Harappa, Dholavira, and other such sites, it's very difficult. You have to be completely stupid to say that that's not a civilization. Göbekli Tepe is a bit more nuanced. You know, we have stone circles. We have some interesting astronomical alignments. The world's first perfectly north-south aligned building.
Maybe.
No, definitely.
Again, that's a patternicity thing.
Well, I'm citing Klaus Schmidt.
Well, that's all right. But any of us who read back into history 10,000 years ago, what we're thinking, that they might have been thinking, that's always dangerous for anybody, not just you.
That's a good point. Who is Klaus Schmidt?
Klaus Schmidt was the original excavator of Göbekli Tepe. He was the head of the German Archaeological Institute, DIG, at Göbekli Tepe. He kindly spent 3 days showing me around the site. And really nobody's disputing the astronomical alignments of Göbekli Tepe. They weren't particularly interesting to Klaus Schmidt, but they're there.
And what is the alignment? Like, how is it
Well,
established?
when you have a perfectly north-south aligned structure, perfectly north-south, to true north, not magnetic north, then you are dealing with astronomy by definition. And there are other alignments of the sun.
True north as established today, or with the precession of the
True
equinoxes?
north
we're
is
talking
always
about
true.
12. Okay.
It's the rotation axis of our planet.
Okay, so it to this day it points exactly in the same place where it was pointing.
It always points to true north.
Okay.
But back to this, they don't want to go. Sure, they want to go there. They would be happy to go there. Case in point, 2 weeks ago in the journal Nature, the most prestigious scientific journal in the world, there was
All right, guys, I'm cleaning up and cut it short right there. Hey, started a new goddamn. I got time lapse, and I did make sure I hit the record button this time. We got new underpainting started. On the move. I'm just stopping out because I'm hungry. It's almost 2 o'clock. It's 1:48, and I gotta get something to eat. I did ran some errands this morning, so I went to the gym. I went to the post office, mailed out some stuff. I went grocery shopping. I finished laundry and folded up laundry. Yeah, and so now we just did a good 2 hours in the studio. I think I'm done for the day, guys. If I don't do shit else today, I ain't even mad at myself. I can just eat some snacks and play video games the rest of the day. Tomorrow, so yesterday I did some more online stuff with my website, so worked on that. Tomorrow I might do some more online stuff. I don't think I'm gonna do any online stuff today. After updating some sales stuff on the site and getting that new music out, which I fucked up in several places. I hate that so much for myself. I fucked up those albums in like 2 different places. But it's not terrible. And the music still sounds good, so I think people will enjoy it. But we are gonna wrap it up right there. Make sure I turn all this stuff off. Okay, got that off. And I probably need to, I'm gonna have to airdrop this thing to me because I need to clean up my photos. All right, got that. Oh, man. Turn that off. Turn that off. All right, I got my time-lapse video sent to the phone. Excuse me. All right, guys, and that's all I got for you today. I don't know. I might stream video games. If anybody want to hang out with me and watch some video games, we can do that in a little while. But if not, I'll catch y'all in the next one. Hope y'all have a good day. Peace. We out of here.